This video is for 10th class students. In this video, I have explained chapter 10, Circle of NCERT book. There are two parts. This is my part 1. In this part, I have explained 2 theorems and 3 examples. In the next part, part 2, I have explained 10.2 exercise. So I'm going to start the part 1. Now I'm going to start this chapter, circle. First, I'm going to explain the definition of circle. Now the definition of circle is, circle is a collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance from a fixed point. Now the distance is radius and the fixed point is center. I'll explain it with the help of a figure. These are points. This is a fixed point and this is distance. Now, circle is a collection of all points in a plane which are at a constant distance. This distance, this distance, this distance, this distance is same from a fixed point. This constant distance is called radius and this fixed point is called the center. Now this is the collection of all points. If I join these points, this becomes a circle point, and this constant distance is called radius and this fixed point is called center. Now we are going to examine different situations that arise when a circle and a line are given in a plane. This circle and line can be like this. It can be like this. It can be like this. Now we are going to examine these 3 different situations when a circle and a line are given in a plane like this. Now here, this line doesn't touch the circle. It intersects the circle at 2 different points. Here a line touches the circle at 1 point. On the next page, I'm going to explain it. Now there are 3 possible cases. The first case is, this is the circle. This PQ is the line. Now here a line and a circle have no common point. So PQ is called non-intersecting line with respect to circle. And now this is the second case. In this figure, line and a circle have 2 common points A and B. Now here line PQ is a secant of the circle. Now what is the definition of a secant is? A line intersecting the circle in 2 points is called secant. A line intersecting the circle in 2 points is called secant. And what is the third case? Now the third case is, in this figure, line and a circle have 1 common point, which is A. Line PQ is tangent to the circle. So these are the 3 cases. In first case, line PQ doesn't touch the circle. In the second case, line PQ intersect the circle at 2 points. In the third case, line touches the circle at 1 point. On the next page, I'm going to write the definition of tangent to the circle. Tangent to the circle. Now tangent to the circle. A tangent to a circle is a line that intersects the circle only at 1 point. So in this figure, I have shown A, B, C, D, E, F, they all are tangent to a circle because AB touches the circle at the point P only, and CD touches the circle at point Q, and EF touches the circle at point R. So they all are tangent because they intersect the circle only at 1 point. Now, sometimes the question is asked, how many tangents can a circle have? So you can say a circle can have infinite number of tangents. What is point of contact? The common point of the tangent and the circle is called the point of contact. Here P is a common point of the tangent and the circle, and it is called the point of contact. On the next page, I'm going to explain theorem 10.1. Now theorem 10.1. The theorem is, the tangent at any point of a circle is perpendicular to the radius through the point of contact. I'm going to make a figure here. Now this is a circle with center O. XY is tangent to the circle at the point P. A circle with center O is given. XY is a tangent to the circle at the point P. To prove OP is perpendicular to XY, take a point Q on XY other than P and join OQ. Take a point Q on XY other than P. Join OQ. The point Q must lie outside the circle. The point Q must lie outside the circle. Why so? Because if Q lies inside the circle, then XY becomes secant and not tangent to the circle. Because if Q lies inside the circle, it means if Q lies here, then XY will be like this. It means then XY will become secant. Then XY will become the secant and not tangent to the curve. So it implies OQ is greater than OP. This happens for every point on the line except for the point P. So what it implies? It implies OP is the shortest of all the distances of the point O to the points of the XY. OP is the shortest of all the distances of the point O to the points of XY. It implies OP is perpendicular on XY. Let me repeat it. OP is the shortest of all the distances and the shortest distance is the perpendicular on the line. Now listen again. OP is shortest of the distances of the point O to the points of XY, and the shortest distance we know is the perpendicular on the line. OP is perpendicular on XY. Now the theorem is the lengths of tangent drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. You have to learn this statement. Now here is the figure. Now again I'm going to read this. The length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. Now this is a circle with center O, PQ and PR. They are the two tangents drawn from an external point to the circle. And what we have to prove? PQ is equal to PR. The length of tangents, length of PQ is equal to length of PR. The length of tangents drawn from an external point to a circle are equal. It means we are to prove PQ is equal to PR. Now, what is given? A circle with center O, a point P lying outside the circle, and PQ and P are two tangents on the circle from P. To prove, what we are to prove? PQ is equal to PR. Now construction. Join OP, OQ and OR. Proof. Now I am going to consider these two triangles, OQP and ORP. We know that this angle is 90 degrees. These are two right angles. These are two right angle triangles because this angle is 90 degrees. Why this is 90 degrees? Because tangent is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at the point of contact. So this angle is 90 degrees, this angle is 90 degrees. Angle OQP and ORP, right angles. Now why so? Because tangents are perpendicular to radius at the point of contact. Triangle OQP and ORP are right angle triangles. Now OQ is equal to OR, radii of circle. OP is equal to OP, common. So triangle OQP congruent to triangle ORB. By which property? RHS. Because OP is equal to OP, that is a hypotenuse is equal to hypotenuse and one side is equal to one side. So by RHS property, both the triangles are congruent. By CPCT, what we have? PQ is equal to PR by CPCT. Corresponding parts of congruent triangles. So this is what we want to prove. Now this is example 1. Now the question is, prove that in two concentric circles, the chord of the largest circle, which touches the smaller circle, is bisected at the point of contact. I'm going to make a figure here. Let this circle be C1, let this circle be C2, and two circles with same center. This AB is a chord of a larger circle which touches the smaller circle at the point P. We are to prove AP is equal to PB. Now, again, I'm going to read this statement that two concentric circles, C1 and C2 are two concentric circles. They have the same center. The chord of the larger circle, AB is a chord of the larger circle, which touches the smaller circle. This touches the smaller circle at P, is bisected at the point of contact. Now this is the point of contact. So this is bisected at P. It means I am to prove AP is equal to PB. Now I'm going to write what is given here. Two concentric circles, C1 and C2 with center O. AB is a chord of larger circle C1, which touches the smaller circle C2 at the point P. To prove AP is equal to PB. Construction. Join OP. Proof. We know AB is tangent to C2. We know OP is radius. It implies OP is perpendicular to AB. What is the reason? Tangent is perpendicular to the radius of the circle through the point of contact. Now AB is chord of the circle C1, and we have just proved OP is perpendicular to AB. It implies OP is the bisector of the chord AB. OP is the bisector of the chord AB. Why? Perpendicular from the center bisects the chord. Now this line is perpendicular, and perpendicular from the center bisects the chord. We know this. In 9th class, we have studied this. Perpendicular from the center bisects the chord. It implies AP is equal to PB. Now this is example 2. Now the question is, two tangents TP and TQ are drawn to a circle with center O from an external point T. Prove that PTQ, this angle, is equal to 2 times OPQ, 2 times OPQ. This angle is equal to 2 times this angle OPQ. I'll write this angle as 1, this angle as 2, and this angle as 3, and this angle as 4. Now, what is given? Now, given is, we are given a circle with center O. T is an external point. TP and TQ, TP and TQ are two tangents. PQ are points of contact. To prove PTQ is equal to 2 times OPQ. It implies I am to prove angle 1 is equal to 2 times angle 2. Now the proof is, now TP and TQ are two tangents drawn from an external point. It means TP is equal to TQ. Why so? You all know. Length of tangent drawn from an external point to the circle are equal. Let me write it here. Now it means angle 3 is equal to angle 4. It implies angle 3 is equal to angle 4. Why? Angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Angle opposite to equal sides are equal. Angle 1 plus angle 3 plus angle 4, that is equal to 180 degree. We know that. Sum of angles of a triangle is 180 degree. Now, angle 2 plus angle 4, that is equal to 90. Why so? We know tangent is perpendicular to the radius of circle through the point of contact. Let me write here 1 and let me write here 2. Let me write here 3. So by 2, I have angle 1 plus angle 3 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. By 1, instead of angle 3, write 4. Angle 1 plus angle 4 plus angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. By 1. It means angle 1 plus 2 times angle 4 is equal to 180 degree. Instead of angle 4, by 3, angle 4 can be written as 90 degree minus angle 2. So instead of angle 4, write 90 degree minus angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 1 plus 180 degree minus 2 times angle 2 is equal to 180 degree. Angle 1 is equal to 2 times angle 2 plus 180 degree minus 180 degree. This and this is cancelled. So it means angle 1 is equal to 2 times angle 2. Angle 1 is equal to PTQ is equal to 2 times OPQ. We will get angle PTQ is equal to 2 times OPQ. Now this is example 3. Now the question is, PQ is a chord of length 8 centimeter of a circle of radius 5 centimeter. The tangent at P and Q intersect at T. Find the length TP. Now PQ is a chord of length 8 centimeter of a circle of radius 5 centimeter. OP is the radius, which is 5 centimeter. TP and TQ are the tangents. We are to find the length TP. We are to find this length TP. We are to find this length. Let this be X. We have joined this length OT. We have joined this length OT and let this line intersect PQ at R. Now we know PTQ is a isosceles triangle because this length is equal to this length. If this is X, this is X. Tangent drawn from an external point to the circle are equal in length. So this is a PTQ is an isosceles triangle. And if this is an isosceles triangle, then OT is a angle bisector of PTQ. Then OT is a angle bisector of PTQ. It means this angle is equal to this angle. Now, if this is the angle bisector, then OT is perpendicular on PQ. Then OT is perpendicular on PQ. Now we know a perpendicular from the center to the chord bisect the chord. If this is 8 centimeter, then PR is 4 centimeter and RQ is 4 centimeter. Let me write this. Triangle TPQ is an isosceles triangle. OT is the angle bisector of PTQ. It implies OT is perpendicular to PQ. In 9th class, we have learned a perpendicular from the center to the chord bisect the chord. A perpendicular from the center to the chord bisect the chord. It means OT bisects PQ. It means PR is equal to RQ is equal to 4 centimeter. This is 4 centimeter. and this is 4 centimeter. Now OP is 5 centimeter, PR is 4 centimeter, and I am to find OR. OPR is a right angle triangle. So by Pythagoras, OP square is equal to PR square plus OR square. OP is 5 square, PR is 4 square plus OR square. It means 25 minus 16 is equal to OR square. 9 is equal to OR square and 3 is equal to OR. Okay, value of OR is 3. Now I am to find the value of X. So I'm going to discuss this triangle PTR. In triangle PTR. Now this is a right angle triangle. So PT square is equal to TR square plus PR square. Now PT square is X square and TR square, let me take it as Y. So this is Y square plus PR, this is 4 square. It means X square is equal to Y square plus 16. Now if I take this bigger triangle PTO, now in triangle PTO, now this P is 90 degree, you know. Why? Because tangent is perpendicular to the radius of the circle at the point of contact. So this angle is 90 degree. It means OT is hypotenuse. It means OT square is equal to PT square plus OP square. Now what is OT? That is Y plus 3. This length is 3. OR is 3. So OT is Y plus 3 because OR is 3. OT is Y plus 3. Y plus 3 whole square. What is PT? PT is X square. What is OP? OP is 5 square. So I have Y plus 3 whole square is equal to X square plus 25. Now, by identity, I have Y square plus 9 plus 6Y is equal to X square plus 25. Write it as 1. Write it as 1. So instead of X square, I am going to write Y square plus 16 plus 25. It means you take this number to this side, Y square minus Y square plus 6Y is equal to 16 plus 25 minus 9. This is cancelled. 6Y is equal to 32. So Y is equal to 32 by 6, 16 by 3. Now I am to find the value of X. So X square is equal to Y square plus 16. It means 16 by 3 whole square plus 16. So X square is equal to 16 by 3 whole square plus 16. 256 upon 9 plus 16. That is 256 plus 144. That is 400 by 9. So X square is equal to 400 by 9. X is equal to 20 by 3. We will take positive value because length is always positive. So if X is equal to plus minus 20 by 3, but value of X is, we will take the positive one. So X is equal to 20 by 3. So this is how we will solve this. This is the end of the first part. In the next part, part 2, I have explained 10.2 exercise.